Tony Gosling, what does this report mean? And apart from that, we also, the issue that we mentioned to our correspondent Robert Carter is the fact that it's kind of the norm now that the United Kingdom is supporting such countries. When will these reports actually turn into some form of tangible measures to prevent it, rather than just being mere platitudes?
Well, that's a really good question. I think the answer is probably once there's regime change in London. Look, ever since the September the 11th attacks back in 2001, we've seen a complete shift, really, in the way that warfare is done. And over 3/4 of the efforts made by foreign ministries and by the military, certainly in the main countries for the West, the NATO countries, and we're talking here really about the main ones being the United States, Britain and Israel, is 3/4 of this is going on to information warfare. And that is one of the reasons, for example, why Press TV is banned in the UK. It's one of the reasons that you won't see reporters like myself and others who've been elbowed out from the places like the BBC. This is just one facet of information warfare. What we're seeing is the world being divided up into different satellite TV networks where people have not access to a lot of information, as various channels are banned. There's been attempts, obviously, to ban RT as well, although it hasn't been banned so far. I mean, it's in the sights of the legislators. But really, the way that the surveillance arms race, and that's what we're talking about here, that this part of the information warfare campaign is really bad. I mean, this £75 million actually is dwarfed by the likes of Google, who, whenever you're typing on your computer, if you type anything that is of interest to the National Security Agency in real time, they can try and trace you, find out who you are typing that stuff into Google. That is one aspect of surveillance which is hardly known about. It's certainly not reported in the West here. But the business model that they're selling this surveillance software on, it's developed by usually by the state, that is the NSA in the United States, GCHQ here in Britain. In Israel, Unit 8200 and the Tolpiot program developed this kind of thing. But then it's privatized. So individuals and private businesses are then allowed effectively to take this technology, this intellectual property, and make money by selling it around the world. And this is their model. People have made personal fortunes on this kind of technology. What it does, the effect of it, is that it spreads paranoia. So everyone is suddenly worried about, gosh, am I going to be able to say this to somebody? And it's a criminal surveillance. I mean, we've seen various hacking scandals here in Britain where these kinds of technologies have been used to spy on individuals. I mean, it really is a criminal offence to be spying on people, but this is almost becoming the norm, this 1984 style world now.
All right, thanks a lot. Press TV's Robert Carter joining us from the British capital, London, and also investigative journalist Tony Gosling joining us from Bristol. Gentlemen, thank you for contributing to this segment of the program, and that's it with this edition of Press TV's News Review. Stay tuned, though. There's plenty more to come here on Press TV.